What's going on? Takara here, back with another rambling video. This one I'm pretty excited for, I can't lie to you. This was suggested by one of the subscribers. It was already on the list, but this made me want to do it even more. It's a pretty fun topic. If you haven't already been able to tell by the background, we're doing space today. Fun fact, that actually is a real NASA photograph of space. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. The mic stand of the day today. We're getting creative, you guys. We're getting real creative. Envelope holder. I'm getting real scared for this one. Just gotta make sure the mic doesn't unplug. So space. Space is such an interesting topic to me. It's a topic in school that I always paid attention to. And I'm really excited to kind of just learn with you guys. I had a lot of fun researching this topic in preparation for the video. I actually came prepared with facts this time, and I'm so excited. I have a feeling you guys are gonna love this video. Your hair collects space dust throughout the day. Most comets don't actually have this spectacular, like, burning in the atmosphere that you see. Sometimes when you look in the sky, you'll see it burning up, and it never hits the planet, right? Most of the time, that burning up turns into tiny little space particles that, throughout the day, when you're walking outside, actually ends up in your hair. Kind of crazy. You collect space and you don't even know it. You could touch some stars without burning your hand. What? You might be thinking, Takari, that's not true. Well, there are some stars called brown dwarf stars that are about the same temperature as a cup of tea. So you could technically touch it without burning your hand. If you could get there in the first place, that's a whole nother story. Precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum, are forged when dead stars collide. Remnants of dead stars sometimes collide, creating temperatures and pressures that bulk up atomic numbers to create precious metals. So most of the gold, silver, platinum that you find on this planet was formed from all the mass that came together when the planet was first created. The color of a shooting star actually varies based on the elements that it's made up of. And if you look very closely, you will actually see the different elements burn off as it runs through the atmosphere. So for example, calcium would be violet, sodium is orange, iron glows yellow and white, nitrogen and oxygen glow distinct reds, and magnesium shines blue/white or cyan. I do gotta say, this is not the most comfortable thing to hold for an entire video, and I have a feeling that's not gonna change in the next few minutes. But we continue. Uranus and Neptune may have switched places. A significant number of early solar system simulations show that at some point in history, Uranus and Neptune may have actually switched places. I don't know how it gets much better than that, you guys. You know, everybody knows the song that you learn when you're a kid about the solar system, but apparently we're wrong. And at some point in history, the planets swapped, and it didn't have any major effect on the rest of the solar system, which I don't know enough about space to know. I just know that there's a gravitational field, and apparently that didn't get messed up, which is kind of crazy. Here's one I have to read off the page. In 1054 CE, Chinese astronomers recorded a guest star in the sky that lasted several weeks. 1,000 years later, it is now visible as a supernova remnant blasted into space by the cataclysmic death of a massive star. It is called the Crab Nebula. So if you look up the Crab Nebula, they actually recorded that 1,000 years ago. Here's one that I know nobody asked for, but I think is brilliant in and of itself. Diamonds are found all over the galaxy. You may be thinking, they're rare though, right? Well, I learned something today that I'm so happy to share with you guys. A great example of this fact is the planet BPM 37093 is 53 light years away from Earth. This white dwarf star was once similar to the Sun. Calculations indicate 90% of the star's mass has cooled, and the core is now made of diamond. All 90%. 2,000 miles of pure diamond. Comparable in size to the moon and 100,000 times heavier than Earth. So I guess next time you think, I'm gonna go buy this giant diamond, maybe wait another 100 years, or 200 years, or maybe in 10,000 years, we'll go and just mine that whole planet, and then we'll just make everything out of diamond, and then it's not really gonna be rare anymore. So, if you're thinking about getting married, maybe get him like a copper ring, or like steel. Yeah. Exactly. Don't listen to anything I just said. Or do see how your marriage turns out. If they stay with you after that, that's a keeper. The moon is actually lemon shaped. Based on the gravity field of the moon, the end actually points towards the Earth, and it is lemon shaped, just slightly like the shape of a football. I thought the moon was round. I think everybody thought the moon was round. Maybe it can't be just me, right? You guys didn't know that. Did you know that? You know, one thing that interests me about space is that, bonus fact, I read that ever since the Big Bang, the universe is expanding. So like, let's say this is the total universe. It's just slowly doing this. It's still expanding all this time, every second, every day, right? So there will be stars that we will never be able to see, ever. We could go another 100 million years and fly as fast as we can towards them, but we will never be able to reach the end of the expansion of the universe. Make the best of it, man. Make the best of your life. That's all I can say. If you're trying to sleep, good job. Go to sleep. Get that rest. Get those nutrients and that recovery and that rest and that, everything in your body, because you need that. It's important. But also make the best out of every single day, because we are such a small piece of the universe. One of my favorite random facts, this is also not off a page, is that there are more planets in the universe than there is grains of sand on Earth. You gotta think, imagine going to the beach and picking up one handful of sand. That's literally nothing compared to the entire universe in terms of planets, which is so crazy. I mean, you gotta think we've only landed on one other planet. That's one grain of sand. So, hey, I mean, do what you want with that information. The Milky Way is packed with the same chemical that is known to give raspberries their flavor, meaning space probably tastes like raspberries. I'm not making this up, you guys. This is an actual fact. In a since its discovery. It takes 165 years for Neptune to orbit the sun. It was discovered in 1846, so that means it completed its first orbit for us in 2011, which means we have a very long time. And then I read something about Pluto, which is no longer a planet. Pluto has not even completed one orbit around the sun since we discovered it. Isn't that crazy? Gamma ray bursts release more energy in 10 seconds than our sun will in its entire life. What is a gamma ray burst? Maybe I should research the terms for you guys. Should I research terms and then put them in my little spot right here every time? Would you guys prefer that, or are you non-visual, all audio, listening, trying to sleep? I don't know. Throw me a comment, let me know what you think, because I'm totally willing to do that if you guys are actually absorbing the knowledge from these videos. These are so fun to make, you guys. These are a lot of fun. Let's see it. Next up. Black holes have theoretical opposites, known as white holes, that would do the opposite, right? So, since matter cannot be created or destroyed, the theory is that if there is a black hole that absorbs all this energy, there has to be a white hole somewhere that's pushing all that energy back out, right? Just bright as can be, shooting energy out. But oddly enough, since it is not bright enough for us to see, scientists don't know if it would be producing light or if it would just be pushing energy out and we haven't been able to see it. It could also be technically a black hole in terms of the fact that it is not producing light. Planets can wander around space without a parent star. They can just go about their merry way and do their own thing. And sometimes they form through just a small gravitational field, and sometimes they are kicked out of their solar systems just over time with gravity, and they just kind of wander the universe. Here's a little Dakari exclusive. I don't know if you guys care, but I actually do write out every single thing that I read with these videos, so I have a lot of fun making these, and I put a lot of effort into them. So if you're enjoying this, just know that it's not a half effort, it's a full effort. You know, I'm going hard, I'm trying for you guys. It's because I care about you guys and I want you to enjoy your ASMR experience. Vast amounts of water have been found in space. In 3 of Jupiter's moons and 2 of Saturn's moons have been known to have water or underwater seas on them. It is unknown if they still do, or if they, well, they can't harbor life, because we know that they can't harbor life, but there's been known H2O particles out there somewhere. There is gravity on the International Space Station. The gravity on the International Space Station is actually only 10 to 11% weaker than Earth's gravity. It just seems to be the opposite because they float, but that extra 10-11% actually completely takes them off the ground. Our days on Earth are actually getting longer. It's only by 1/500th of a second every century, so it's not detrimental and it's not going to affect anything, but kind of crazy to think. Technically, you're getting extra time every single day. So is daylight savings really an issue? Take that, daylight savings. What you got on Earth? Also, if you don't know what daylight savings is, it's a stupid thing that we do in America. Yeah, I'm from America. Big breaking news. In America, they do daylight savings because something to do with farmers needed time for their crops. They needed more time in the day, so they just made an extra hour appear out of thin air, and then it disappears when the crop season ends, which makes no sense to me. This is not a rambling video about this. I should have mentioned this in the plants video, but I don't know. We've been thinking about getting rid of it. Some states say we should, some states say we shouldn't, so yeah. The moon is spinning away from us at a rate of 3.8 centimeters per year. So eventually, you say goodbye to the moon in about 100 million years or something. A day on Venus is actually longer than its year. That's because it takes 243 Earth days for it to spin around one time, which is counted as a day, but 225 Earth days to make a trip around the sun, which is considered a year. So, pick up the speed, man. Pick up the speed. Come on, Venus. Do better. Oh, also, mini fun fact. Venus spins backwards. Venus spins backwards. Who would have thought? It's the only planet in the solar system that does so as well. And nobody knows why. There's no actual theory as to why. There are people that speculate it was hit by something so intensely long ago that it started spinning the opposite direction. But that's just a theory, and there's no science to back that. There is a sun star, or a red hypergiant star, called UY Scuti, that is so big you could fit 5 billion suns inside of it. And it's also 300,000 times brighter than the sun, but it's so far away that you'd never be able to know. You would never know. Well, as I said throughout the entire video, I had a blast making this and researching. This is such a fun topic, and I feel like the more I read and the more I learn about these things, the more I want to do these rambling videos. I feel like a lot of my channel, ever since the first day I wanted to do this, I've always wanted it to be around, like centered around rambling. Yeah, to be honest with you guys, I could do a lot of these. This could be my new little thing. Rambling with a Purpose. I came up with the title myself. I hope it's not already being used. If so, apologies. I can't thank you guys enough. I think we're at 230 subs right now, which just last week I was at 100. So, if you're new to the channel, thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you want to see more, as I always say, leave it in the comments. Literally tell me what you want to do. This was recommended by someone. Recommended by you. You got your video, and I was so happy to make it. So, let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know, give me some ideas. I have a list, but I want to hear from you guys what you don't get enough of in the ASMR community. You know what I mean? I don't want to just do what everyone else is doing. So, on that note, thanks for being here. If you're asleep, just let the videos play. Just let them all play. Every single one. You might as well be on a playlist. I started making playlists and some shorts for you guys. So if you're enjoying those, let me know. Alright guys, have a good one.